right.
I guess we'll open up for questions.
Playing Sunday?
Yeah, we'll see. I was ready to play, last week in my head, but that was, I think that's how I always think. So, we'll let Coach make that decision. My job is to show up every day. Nothing changes for us. He monitors the quarterbacks just like he does every day, just like he does each position, and then we'll go from there. But my job doesn't change. I just gotta go out there and practice hard and show them that I'm ready.
How have your symptoms declined or stayed the same over the last couple of days?
I mean, it just hurts. There's really nothing much more to it. It just it hurts, but it's not like anything that's like, oh man, if I take a hit, I'm worried. It's not like a worry. It's just one of them things you got to deal with, just like everybody in the NFL right now.
Do you have to wear any extra protection padding or protection or?
We've talked about it. We've talked about putting something on there. Maybe. Just depends how it feels going through the week. But it's nothing where I think I need to right now to protect it or anything like that. I'm really not worried about it.
There was an instance in that game where EJ took a real shot to the back.
Yep.
When he was sacked. And your understanding that with the situation with your injury that it can't be made. I mean, it would be painful, obviously, but it can't be made considerably worse by taking a blow?
I think anytime you take a hit like that, there's always a chance for anything. And I think that's the risk that we take every time we take the field. It's a violent game that we play, more violent than people realize just watching it on TV. But with that said, I think it's a risk every single week that, you could get hit, you could break your ankle too, you could break your finger, you can do a lot of things. So, it's just one of those things, man. You take a risk every time you go out there.
Your brother
is that restrictive on making any types of throws? Is it in terms of this type of thing, or?
No, if it was restrictive, I wouldn't put my teammates in a bad spot. That's for sure.
Your brother said you were surprised at the initial diagnosis. What were you kind of expecting after that Denver game?
Well, I knew it hurt really bad. I'll be honest with you. It hurt so bad that I was like, I kind of hope it's something rather than a muscle, I hope my pain tolerance is a little better than that, and sure enough it was. But, when I first heard it, I was just shocked. Like, first of all, I didn't even know what that was. I think like a lot of people. But my brother actually did the same thing. So it's good to have a big brother that has broke his back also.
Well, Tony Romo and I guess Cam Newton both had it.
Mm-hmm.
They both came back in about a week, I believe.
Uh-huh.
You didn't reach out to either of those guys, did you, to try and find out what?
No. I have my own doc. I got our trainers and our doctors here, and anything that ever goes on, those are the people that I cling to.
What was it that gave you the confidence to push to play last weekend? Was there something that you thought, okay, like I can do?
The thing that pushed me to want to play was I wanted to win. I wanted to show my teammates and my coaches that no matter what, I'm gonna do anything I can for my team. Show our city and our organization that it doesn't matter what happens. I'm gonna do everything I can to be out there. Those are the things that motivated and pushed me. It wasn't like a moment or anything like that. Those were the things from as soon as I was told and heard, it could be up to 6 weeks. I said, okay, we'll see. Maybe there's something wrong with me. Maybe there's something wrong in my head that thinks that no, I can come back faster than that. I don't know, but I serve a big guy, so I'm glad that he could help me there.
Derek, in watching last week, what things did you get to see that maybe where you guys need to improve on this offense to get back on track?
Oh, we just got to be efficient. When I'm sitting there, watching the game, and when you watch it from the sideline, it's really hard, to sit there and see certain looks and see things going on, with all those kind of things. But I think that if we can just be efficient, and each man has to do their job. We talked about that actually before I got hurt. When we went to the Denver game, I couldn't do too much. I just can do my job, take what they give us, and when the big players are there, you make them. And I think that goes for everybody. Is if each man just does their job and doesn't worry about anything else, I think that we'll be better off.
Mentioning your desire to win, knowing the situation this team is in, and lost 3 straight games, and more than that, with the division being as tough as it is, this is kind of a make or break week. That game coming up on Thursday for this team. Does that factor into your decision making at all?
I don't think it's ever a make or break week, to be honest, until it's like really eliminating.
Yeah.
Well,
you understand the importance of this.
Yeah, but it's never, any athlete will tell you that. But I do understand the importance of every game, and that's why I tried so hard to get back for last week.
There was a couple things that I guess Jack had mentioned that you apologized or said sorry after you found out about the diagnosis.
Yeah.
Your brother had said on television that you were kind of disappointed to not be able to where did that kind of come from? Was it the offensive struggles before you went out? Like what was that?
It was just my love for this team. When I found out, I told him, I said, I'm sorry. I'm sorry that I won't be, 100% right now. I felt bad, because I care so much about this team and this organization that even though I had a broken back, I still felt bad that I couldn't be out there to help. Because as you guys know, I sat there for 2 games last year and had to watch knowing there's nothing that I could do to help. And it is a lonely feeling. It hurts because I see the sacrifice all my teammates make, and I just want to be out there to help them, because I believe that I can.
The Chargers are last in rush defense. I know you guys trying to get that ground game going. Do you see opportunities there? Not so much from what they've done, but what you guys have been trying to establish is working.
Yeah, absolutely. Watching the the run plays from the Baltimore game, you can see like, oh man, we're doing some really good things, and you can see a couple where, man, we're a hair away. We're just a right step away or a footwork away, or a quarterback boot away. I think a couple in the Denver game where, man, if I just if my boot was better, or if I could hold the backside guy, I always see those kind of things too. That maybe it'd be a bigger play. So there's obviously, we see some good stuff, but we also see some 5, 6, 7 yarders that could be 12, 15, 20 yarders. And I think that's what motivates us and pushes us throughout the week.
Derek, how do you explain the lack of catches in production for Amari the last few weeks?
I really don't know. It's one of them things. He's ran some really good routes, to be honest. He's ran some good routes. He's obviously put some on the ground that he won back. I've missed him a couple of times. It's one of those. I think everyone on our team is a little frustrated at something, right? And that's just one thing that the frustration. That part of it is what we got to get rid of, and we just got to go out and let it loose. I don't think there's one thing like, hey, it's this or it's that leads to that. It's just, I think that if we can just go out there and cut it loose and just trust what we have and what God gave us, I think that we'll be better going forward.
There are guys like Rich Gannon and Tim Brown that played here, and they look at Amari and they say, they got to get him the ball early. They got to get him going. Is that just something easy to say from the outside, not that easy to do?
Yeah, it's obviously it's a lot harder, and they know it's a lot harder to do when you're on the field, and they know that. But obviously outside looking in, yeah, we feel the same way. We want to get it to him too, and all those things. And so they're right. They're definitely right that we want to get it to him, but at the same time, we can't force something and make it, try and be something that's not there. Also at the same time.
Derek, when you see Ingram and Bosa on
yeah.
does the back flare up a little bit?
No. They know how I feel about them. They know I think the world of them. Obviously I've played, Ingram a couple more times than I've played Bosa, but we always enjoy competing against one another, and it's just one of those rivalries that is fun, So obviously they're probably sitting there in their meeting rooms. We got to hit him in the back and all those things, but I think we'll be all right.
A couple more here, guys. Hey, Derek, even before you went out, the offense was stalling out a little bit in Washington, again in Denver.
Yeah.
Could, in a weird way, sitting out this week help you kind of diagnose what's been going wrong and get you guys going on the right track again?
Well, you look back at Washington, and I feel like that's an anomaly. And then you look back at the Denver game, and we actually did some really good things against a really, really good defense. We had a chance to win the game, at the end. And so against that defense, that's all you could ask for is a chance to win. And then I look back, me sitting there and watching, you obviously can, anybody sitting there watching, standing there, not inside the lines, can be like, oh man, that looks good or this looks good, but you got to go out there and do it, So, it did help in a sense, for my body to have 7 more days of rest, but mentally I'm still locked in. I prepared, for that game like it was the Super Bowl, just like I do all of them. And so, nothing changes, mentally. I think more physically, it was just another 7 days. I think that, Coach felt was good for me.
How much do you notice the air when you're practicing?
The air, it smells like someone's barbecuing. To be honest, that's what I thought. Like, I didn't know that it would, travel like that. My heart really goes out to the families, though. When something like that happens and then someone tells you what it really is, you just sit there and think like, you're fortunate. You're blessed. Our thoughts and prayers are with all the families that have lost houses, loved ones. That kind of stuff. That's real life. That's hard. Being 2 and 3 is not hard. When we really think about it, doing that kind of stuff, that's what's really hard. And our prayers are with them that they could have peace and encouragement.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Yep.